I forgot to turn on my microphone on. So welcome to the live show. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going well with you. Last time we talked about how to socialize puppies, and in this video we're going to talk about how to socialize your adult dog. Let me know if the sound is okay, if you can see me, if you can hear me well. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, leave a comment in the chat area. And also, if you have any questions, leave those questions in the chat area. Super chats are always appreciated as well. I can see that we have S. George, we have Cynthia in the house, and Janelle is in the house. Hopefully you're doing well and everything is going well. Let's talk about socialization. So let me share a screen with you. Bear with me. I have a new program that I'm sharing with you at the moment with the live. So last time we talked about puppy socialization. So how do you socialize a puppy? We went through that. So now you may have an adult dog and you're wondering, how do you socialize an adult dog? One of the first things that you have to remember is that you always have to remember this formula that you have to provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs. It's not only exercise, it's not only training, it's not only socialization, it's combination of all these 5 daily essentials that you have to provide for your dog on daily basis. If you don't do it, if you don't provide one or another, or in a different forms or in different order, you will have a dog who's going to be unbalanced, right? So it's very important always to remember that, am I providing my dog's daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. If you think of it that way, and if you plan the day that way, you will have better success. And whether you have a dog who has behavioral issue and socialization, lacking socialization skills or not, it's good to stick to this formula and provide this formula in this order: exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection, and rather than whatever you feel like that day to do. If you provide these 5 daily essential needs for your dog, you will have a better chance of helping your dog to live a better life, right? Healthy, happy, well-balanced life. So it's very important to remember this. So this formula is, we're going to always come back to it. Let me try this too. There's a super chat. Yes, there we go. So you can see also the chats messages are going to be displayed here. So we have, let me see if okay, there we go. So we have Cynthia is asking, looking forward to this video to help my dog, not around other dogs too much since COVID. Also help my brother with overprotective American Bulldog. For sure, this is going to help you a lot. So let's get started with the next slide. There we go. Okay, so socialization is a lifelong process. It's not just, okay, let's do it for a few days or just for now and it's going to be fine. Socialization is something that you're providing throughout your dog's life. While you can replace the sensitive period that occurs early in the life, socialization doesn't end when your pet reaches 12 weeks of age. So the reason for that I'm mentioning is, remember from last time we talked about puppies. Puppies at the age of about 3-4 weeks, 5 weeks, till about 4 months, 12 weeks, they are in that stage, we call it sensitive stage or fear cycle. That means, what that means is, it's very important to remember this because we're going to come back to this as well. It's very important to remember this. If your puppy during this period experiences negative experiences or doesn't have good experiences about life, it will remember these experiences, these things that has experienced, whether it's positive or negative, for the rest of its life. And if you don't provide good socialization for your dog, what happens is you will have a dog who's going to have behavioral issues. You want to make sure that your puppy is always having good experiences when it's young. If you don't provide good experiences during that sensitive period, this is why you have adult dog who has behavioral issues, because you probably missed the boat or missed the train in that sensitive area, whether you had your puppy from very young age, or whether you adopted your dog and you're wondering, why is it that my dog is behaving certain way, is behaving this way or that way, right? It's not very social. It's very important to remember that it could be that your puppy, your dog, when it was puppy, it didn't have good experiences when it was young. So those are one of the main reasons why you are having difficulty with your puppy, with your dog. It's important to continue socialization opportunities daily for the first year of your life, at least, and continue reinforcing them beyond them. So it's something that you want to make sure that it's happening throughout his life, but the first year of your dog's life is very important to have a lot of socialization opportunities for your dog. I'm going to share some videos and some information with you in this video. S. George is saying thumbs up. Cynthia is giving a thumbs up. Good to hear, everybody. And I'm going to get to your questions as well. And Morge Sahar is saying, hi, my dog Tibetan Terrier had no socialization. She is 2 years old. She has hysterectomy and tubectomy. She is very good at home, but barks very bad at people when she goes out. Very terrible. Help me, please. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. No worries. So, next slide. So 5 common characteristics of dogs who are not well socialized. This could be one of your dogs, okay? It could be one of your dog's behaviors. Your dog could be fearful, could be difficult to handle. Like, you can't sit down with them, relax, or, dogs can't pet, people can pet your dog. Maybe the groomer can't touch your dog. And also the next one is they're noise sensitive. When a dog is noise sensitive, my Annie is also noise sensitive. Annie over here, she's noise sensitive. So I have tried a lot to help her to get over this issue. The way I have done it is I've exposed her to lots of sounds and noises. The fourth one is that they become anxious around other dogs or people. They become stressed and anxious, and they start shaking or behaviors like that. Or maybe number 5, they're frightened of going and doing. Going out for your dog becomes a major problem, headache, and they don't want to do anything. Especially they don't want to be training or interacting with you. So those are some of the issues that happens when you have a dog who is not well socialized. So how can you socialize your adult dog? So let me show you a video that I want you to watch. How I socialize my dog. Yes, let's watch this and I'll be right back. One of the first tools that you're going to need to start helping your dog to socialize is training. Training the basic obedience to your dog will help you to build communication skills, so you can talk to your dog, you can
teach your dog, and you can also control your dog. That is very important. If you have good control over your dog, you're going to be more able to communicate and teach your dog how to deal with situations and how to solve problems. Also, training the basics basically will help your dog to gain confidence. When they gain confidence, they're more relaxed, they're more focused as well. When they are focused, they are able to learn from you and pay attention to you. So that's the goal. You want them to pay attention to you rather than what it may or may not be causing stress or anxiety into your dog. So for instance, in this case, Elliot is learning to socialize with this environment and this situation and whatever is happening around here. So in this case, I've asked Elliot to sit and stay. So because he's done some training before and he's able to focus and relax and focus on this situation. So there's cameras going on, there's lights going on, there are all kinds of stuff happening. I'm standing here and I've asked him to sit and stay, and he's doing what he knows, which is sit and stay. So this is helping him to relax and be more confident and be able to solve this problem and be more social. So he is learning how to socialize with this environment and this situation. So if I repeat this many times, the next time, maybe the 10th time, he'll be even more relaxed than this. This is the first time that he's dealing with this situation, and he's doing great actually. So use training and teach your dog to learn and focus on you. So the other thing that you want to do is teach your dog, for example, the sit and stay command, which if you want to learn, I'm going to link those videos right here that you can go ahead and watch those and learn them and practice them with your dog. And then when you get to a situation that your dog is reactive or it gets stressed, you can ask your dog to sit and stay, but keep a distance between you and the dog that is causing your dog to get stressed. So let's say you're going to keep a distance of 40 feet. You're going to ask your dog to sit and stay, and if you see that your dog is responsive and is sitting and staying and is relaxed, that's a good sign. Then next time you're going to approach that dog within 30 feet, and then you're going to ask your dog to sit and stay. If your dog sits and stays calmly and focuses on you, great, you move forward. And if you see that your dog is not able to relax and is more anxious, then go back to 40 feet again. Take the time to go back and forth until your dog is more relaxed and focused on you. So what that means is, if you're asking your dog to sit and stay on 40 feet and is relaxed and is focused on you, and asking your dog to do the same thing on 30 feet and your dog is not able to focus on you, that means you haven't practiced enough of sit and stays, therefore your dog is not able to focus on you. So you need to practice more sit and stay until you get that 100% reliable reaction from your dog, so your dog can sit and stay and focus on you. Remember, the goal of asking your dog to sit and stay is not just to sit and stay, it's to help your dog to relax so your dog can focus on you and focus on the situation much calmer. So repeat that as often as needed and as long as it needed. It may go for months or it may go for only days, but take the time to train and teach your dog to calm down. So socialization takes time, and dogs need you to teach them that. So take the time to teach your dog how to socialize, how to solve problems, and how to socialize in a human society. If you have any questions, leave those questions in the sit and
so
stay.
Hopefully that helped. Let me just go back to my screen. Bear with me because I am using a new program that is, I'm getting used to it. And there I am. So we're going to watch another video as well. But first, let me just stop this and come back here. All right, here we go. Okay, so training is very important. When you're training your dog, you want to make sure that your dog is listening to you, because if your dog is not listening to you, there's no point training that dog. You know, the purpose of training your dog is to make sure that your dog is listening to you, right? The connection that you're making is to get your dog to make that connection with you so you can focus on you, train your dog. So some tips that I can share with you are, well-structured, private or somewhat group classes can also be helpful, giving your dog the opportunity to be around other dogs, but from distance, long distance. As I explained in that video, you want to make sure that you're giving distance to your dog when it comes to socialization. Always start from a long distance and start closing the gap and closing the distance between your dog and the other dogs that are causing your dog to develop that anxiety. At least, try to arrange for low pressure play date if you have friends with other dogs, and make sure that you are making sure that the dogs that you are making friends and you're getting involved with are good dogs. They're not in your face type of dogs. They're not type of dogs that are always running around and jumping around, hyper dogs. You want them to be a little bit more calmer dogs, right? And you want them to be a little bit, in a way, controlled. Those dogs that you're socializing your dog with need to be under control. And also the other tip that I have is go for regular walks. Daily walks, exercise, especially mental and physical stimulation for your dog, are very healthy for you and your dog, especially if your dog is lacking social skills. The walks can provide socialization opportunities for adult dogs to benefit from short introduction to new people and sounds around your home. Maybe in the parks, they get used to hearing sounds and smells and seeing people, seeing dog. Again, from long distance, you want to make sure always you're keeping a long distance between your dog and other dogs, so you're not putting too much pressure and anxiety in your dog. Socialization is also, remember, means exposing your dog to as many positive experiences. Other people, animals, environments, smells, and stimuli. It has to be as much as possible. You want to make sure that those experiences are positive and should engage all your dog's senses through exposure through sound, smells, and sight on daily life, right? You want to make sure that these senses of your dogs are active but not overwhelmed. So keeping distance from you and your dog in general, your dog and other stimuli that are causing your dog to behave that way, gives that opportunity for your dog to not shut down those stimuli, those senses, and it's able to to focus on the things that are causing it to get stressed. For example, if your dog, you're thinking that it's stressed because it sees another dog, you don't want your dog to be stressed and anxious, panic mode when it sees another dog. So distance can help you to relax your dog. And when your dog is relaxed, what you can do is your dog can basically start using its senses, the smells, the sight, and the sound and everything, and focus on those senses. But when the distance is too close and your dog is reacting and is panicking or whatever is happening during that time, all those senses, they shut down if the stimuli is too close, right? So that's why you want to make sure that the stimuli is always a little bit further than you think so. Always listen to your dog. So the other tip that I have is, the sport of agility is a good opportunity for your dog to learn how to get used to stimuli of sounds, activities, and actions, and dogs and people, because sport of agility is a sport that includes all kinds of activities in the classroom, but also allows your dog to have mental and physical stimulation. That's a good opportunity to let your dog to actually get involved with activities that are going to, yes, put a little bit of stress in your dog, but it's giving that opportunity and an outlet for your dog to release that physical and mental stimulation so it can relax and then focus on and activate those senses to learn and benefit from that opportunity that you're providing. So agility is a good sport that you can focus on. The other sports that that I also suggest are, there are lots of activities that you can do with your dog: flying disc, duck jumping, duck diving, fly ball, fly agility, herding, hunt and field trials, musical freestyle, nose work. All these activities are somewhat beneficial to your dog when it comes to socialization, because you're not only allowing your dog to get socialized, but also you're allowing your dog to do some mental and physical activities so he can relax, right? So one thing that maybe you're wondering in this example is fly agility. What is fly agility? Fly agility is basically mix of fly ball and agility. It's a new sport. I haven't done it myself, but I practice a little bit, in a way, with my Annie. Basically, it involves agility equipment and a ball. So I do that sometimes with my dog, Annie. So training your dog also on daily basis will help to improve a dog's confidence level. So what I mean by that is, when you train your dog, when you start training your dog on daily basis, what happens is, if your dog is something like this, or worried, and it's always looking around, wondering what's going on, and the body posture and the body language is all telling you that it's either scared or anxious or doesn't know what to do and is unsure of what to do, that is a signal to you that you need to work on your dog's confidence level. And magically, believe it or not, training can help your dog to go from this to this. It makes a big difference. The body language, when it changes, everything changes. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. The body language changes when you do training with your dog, because your dog starts learning, for example, commands like sit, stay, come, heel, and all that, right? So when it starts learning those, it starts also to learn how to solve problems, how to solve issues. So it says, okay, last time you taught me how to sit, this time I'm learning how to stay. Next time you're going to teach him how to come, right? When you teach those commands, when you get involved on daily basis and train your dog, what it happens is, it makes your dog to learn, okay, this is how I'm going to solve issues. This is how I'm going to solve problems. And when your dog learns how to solve problems, then when another forms of problems start coming to your dog says, you know what, I've done this before, I know how to do it. They're going to have an easier time to solve those problems too. So when you train your dog goes from this to this. I know that. So you help your dog to gain more confidence. And when your dog gains more confidence, that's the time that you can start actually getting benefits from socialization of your dog. So I'm going to show you an example of how are you supposed to socialize a dog. Now, in this case, I have an example of a dog who is excited. So we can replace this behavior, whether it's excitement or whether it's fear or whether it's shyness, whether it's play, whether it's I want to go attack this dog, whatever behavior it is. In this case, I'm replacing it with excited dog. You have to approach this issue of how to help your dog with socialization like this. So I'm going to show you a video that it shows how you're going to be able to socialize your dog. And this is something that I recommend to do it every time. So it's very important for you to have the basics with your dog, sit and stays and basic commands. So this is why I highly suggest you to focus on at least training your fearful or lack of socialization, lack of dog with the basics.
In this video, I want to show you how you can manage and control your dog in an environment that it's a park. So let's pretend that this is a park. This is a dog park, and we got all kinds of distractions going on. We have squirrels running around, we have bad dogs, we have good dogs, we have people running around, people jogging. There are tons of things happening. So this is the dog park. Let's pretend that. And I have a dog. I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick Billy. Billy is going to be my demo dog. So if I'm in this environment, first thing that I want to do, make sure, is that I have my dog under control. So how are you going to have your dog under control? First of all, by having your dog on a leash. Second of all, if I am able to control my dog, I am going to automatically control other dogs and other situations that are happening. If you control your dog, you're going to automatically control the environment as well. So watch this, what happens when I ask my dog to do stuff and be under control. Billy, this way. Watch this. Billy, sit, stay. So just because I'm controlling my dog, you can see the attitude and the energy of other dogs changes as well. They become more in control of us, our energy. So they are feeding off our energy. So this is very important. So when I ask my dog to do something, other dogs pay attention as well. They say, wow, that dog is under control of this human. Nope. So therefore, I have to be under control as well. Nope. So when I have my dog under control, I can greet people, I can say hi to other dogs, right? I can do other kinds of stuff. Nope. And my dog has to stay in that position. Cheech. My dog has been given the command of sit and stay, so he's under control. Now I'm interacting with the environment, and he is not responding to any of the activities that are happening. Nope. Nope. Billy, this way. Good boy. Sit. Stay. So this is very important for you to practice. Nope. Nope. Good boy, Cheech. It's very important for you to practice this activity with your dog. Putting your dog in environments that may be reactive, but practicing calmness and management of its behavior. So these dogs are playing, a squirrel is running around, a bird is flying, a human being is running, a dog is playing, but he is not reacting to any of those, right? He's just focused on me. So this is, Billy, good boy. This is very important for you to learn and practice it with your dog. Get your dog to be focused on you. Now, how do you do that? How do you get your dog to focus on you? you invest in training your dog. If you want to start training your dog, join my online course where you can learn everything that I'm teaching, and everything that I know in the online course. You can learn everything that you want to learn anywhere in the world and have great results. So you can be also in control of your dog and the environment that your dog is. So if you want to join my online course, I have the link in the description below where you can learn all about it. If you have any questions, leave them.
So that's very important. It's important to focus on providing daily training to your dog. So basic obedience will help you, as you could see. If you control your dog, you will have a better chance of helping your dog to socialize and learn how to benefit from the tasks that you're providing and the effort that you're making to help your adult dog to socialize. So it's very important to do the right thing at the right time. Training is important, not overexposing your dog to stimuli that are causing your dog to be stressed or anxious. If your dog doesn't have the skills to socialize with other dogs, you need to help them. You need to come up with a plan to get them to make sure that you're at least helping them to socialize. If you do anything wrong, if you do things in wrong order, in wrong ways, you're going to actually put more fuel on the fire, right? So it's important to do the right thing. It's important to make sure that you are, first of all, in the right mindset yourself. If you want to help your dog, or if you want to help a dog, you have to be in the right mindset. What that means is you have to know exactly what you're doing. If you don't know yourself what you're doing, you're going to actually do the wrong thing and make your dog actually get worse. So you don't want that. You want to be in a right mindset yourself. Right mindset means you need to have that confidence. You have to know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is what I'm going to do. That's the attitude that you need to have. It's not like, okay, what do I do? How do I socialize my dog? Let me go and do research and find out what to do and how to do. That you're still learning. But I'm hoping that by watching this live show, you have some ideas of what you're supposed to do. It's not a matter of anymore of what do I need to do. You know what you need to do. You need to get confident, know exactly what you're supposed to do, and then train your dog. Start training your dog the basics at least. Start with that. Start with the basics. Start with understanding what the basic obedience is and practice those to the point that you have 100% control over your dog. Then you can use those knowledge, that information that you have learned and also shared with your dog in the environment and situations that are a little bit overwhelming for your dog. Then you can help your dog. Hope that makes sense, right? Now, if you have a dog who's terrified, is fearful, I think one of the questions was barks at other people and dogs by Morgeshar was asking this question that, barks at the other dogs and things like that. So what it is basically you want to make sure, let me just quickly take a look. So if you have a fearful dog, if it's shy and it's not sure what it's supposed to do, then you have to work on a little bit more in depth, maybe with a with a trainer, with a specialist to help your dog to get a little bit better at what you're supposed to do, right? Okay, there we have a question here. Cynthia is asking, should I do some socialization training before sending him back to daycare? This is a good question. So, when you have a dog who is not very social and you put it in an environment that requires the dog to be social, your dog needs to basically learn those social skills. Now, there are good pros and cons when you use daycare. The pros and cons, let me explain those. So the pros are that your dog is learning from the masters, right? From the dogs themselves. The information is coming directly from dogs to dogs, and the communication is very clear there, right? Those are pros. And that's good, because dog to dog communication is much clearer than human to dog, right? So dogs can help your dog to be more social. Now, the cons are if the daycare is operated properly. So what I mean by that is, if the daycare is a chaos and there are all kinds of dogs in that daycare, and there's no really rules and boundaries, and there's no rules. Basically, there's no what am I looking for? The word that I'm looking for is there's no calmness. There's no organized. It's not organized. There's no organization in the environment. Then those dogs are going to actually teach the bad things to your dog. Your dog is going to learn bad social skills from other dogs. Because imagine if the environment is chaotic, right, and your dog is in that environment, and the people, they think, oh, this is fun, this is good, because the dogs are running around and it's chaotic and they're having fun. That's not the environment that we want a dog who is lacking social skills to be in. Because what happens is that environment itself is stressing your dog. And that when the dog is in that stress mode and anxious mode, is not learning to socialize. So you have to be very careful about picking the right doggy daycare if you're going to do that. For instance, myself, when I'm running a doggy daycare, which I'm running a doggy daycare, the environment, believe it or not, we have a doggy daycare. You can't feel it, you can't hear it and anything. It's very calm. The dogs are playing there. You just heard one bark, right? But there are about 20 dogs in there now. They're playing and running around, and they're having a good time, right? It's very organized, right? It's managed, it's calm, right? So what happens is, in that environment, if I bring a dog who's lacking social skills, will benefit from this environment because it's organized, it's calm, it's relaxed, and they're having a good time. Whereas most dog daycares are very chaotic. They have a lot of dogs, first of all, right? 50, 100 dogs in that environment. And it's very stressful. It's very noisy. It's a lot of things happening. So your dog may get actually more stressed in that environment. I always say, dog parks and dog daycares are not the place basically that your dog learns how to socialize. It's a place that the dog practices social skills. You know what I mean? So it's very important to help your dog to be a little bit informed about social skills before you put it in doggy daycare. Yes. So it's up to you how you're going to do that. If you see that, if you feel that your dog needs a little bit of social skills before going to doggy daycare, and the doggy daycare is chaotic, I would think twice. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense. Let me see. So if there is an opportunity for you, I don't see the question, but if one of you is in an opportunity that you don't have a dog trainer locally to work with, definitely think about using my online course. You know, online courses, and also have, if you want to work with me personally, if you want to one-on-one work with me, you could definitely use my dog training virtual and dog owner coaching session. In this, definitely you can come and talk to me. This is the first step should be for you. If you have questions, if you want more in-depth of understanding your dog's state of mind, how to do and what not to do, this should be your first step. Setting up a virtual coaching session with me. You can find it on my website, sarodogtraining.com/dogtrainingvirtual. You can definitely start there. But if you are ready to go, pick one of my online courses. I have online courses. As you can see, there are several of them. You have a lot of choices to make, right? If you need help with which one to take, which course to get started, you can contact me and I can help you. But this should be your second step. So your first step should be that you consult with me if you want. If there's no dog trainer and you have problem that you need more in-depth help, definitely contact me using the virtual dog owner coaching session. I will guide you to the right course as well. But if you're ready to go, just start basic obedience, right? Start puppy training, right? Start doing dog training without the use of treats. These are the courses that I'm highlighting. These are the courses that I would suggest you to start with. So definitely, if you need help, start there. Now, if you want more information, definitely you can email me as well. I can give you a little bit more information there. Let me go through the questions if there is any questions that I missed. Morgue Sahar is saying, Saro, thanks. Your information are very helpful, very good. Angie is saying, sometimes dogs bark when dogs enter or exit dog park. This might help. Yes. So, the video that I showed about, controlling your dog, yeah, definitely try to enter and exit a dog park or even your home or any places that you go, anywhere that you have to enter or exit. Practice calmness. It's not because you want to say to your dog, hey, I'm in the control, I'm a dominant one and all that. It's not because of that. It just gives that calm state of mind to your dog to make better decisions. For instance, I'll give you an example. If a dog is excited and exits a door with excitement, right? What happens is, if a person is outside of the door, because your dog exited the door with excitement, it may start jumping on that person, and that person maybe hates dogs, right? And things are going to go wrong, right? So that's one example why you want to make sure that your dog is calm before going in and out of any environment. So Cynthia, I explained that, the question. Morga Sahar is saying we don't have in our country any trainers. If you don't have Morga Sahar, definitely take advantage of my online courses. It's you can online courses are for people who like me. They're enjoying my content and they are liking the style and method that I'm using and the information that I'm sharing. They like my personality and they want to learn with me, by me, but they are not local, right? They're in other countries. I have students from all over the world. I have students from New Zealand, England, Australia, Finland, Japan, all over the world. These are students that they like my style and they want to work with me. So online courses are a great way of you getting the benefits of my training method from wherever you are. The benefits of the online course is that you also learn on your own term. You log in, you learn the lesson, you watch videos, you go through the documents and content that they are available, and you learn on your pace. And once you learn one lesson, you move to the next lesson. So those are the benefits of if you want to join my online course. Wandering the Blanket. Long time no see. Wandering the Blanket. I remember this name. You used to attend a lot of my live session. I think this is because this is the right time zone for you. That's why you are able to attend this live session. So your question is I have a pug poodle mix and her energy is through the roof. Familiar with basic obedience, I take her to empty baseball park and she will run without stop. We get him home and we get home and she's still crazy. What to do? So you have a pug poodle mix. So one of the things is that the breed here is actually the reason why you have this high energy dog. Poodles are high energy dogs. Pugs are, in a way, high energy dogs, but they lack the physical ability to be physically active. The short nose and muzzle, they have a hard time breathing. And when you mix these two, in a way, you're mixing fire with fire. So you have a cocktail of a dog that is high energy dog. But that doesn't mean that you need to provide high energy activities with your dog. I have talked about this topic a lot more. And, when I always also talk about a dog's energy level, I always talk about, a dog's daily 5 essential needs, which I talked about it, and I always talk about it: providing exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. If you provide these 5 things for your dog, you're going to be able to control and manage the energy level of your dog. If your dog doesn't have proper amount of exercise, if you're exercising it too much, it's a problem. If you're exercising it too little, it's a problem. You have to find the right amount of exercise for your dog, first of all. So what is the right amount of exercise? There is no right or wrong number, but basically is an hour of physical activity for your dog. It's a must, right? So instead of doing 1 hour of exercise for your dog, with your dog, I recommend doing half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. Break it down, right? Don't do one set of exercise, physical activity. You want to make sure you're breaking it down in 2 half an hours. It's healthier, right? It's less impact. It has less impact on your dog. As long as that during that half an hour, the heartbeat of your dog goes high, that's beneficial. It gets both physical and health benefits there when you exercise your dog good for half an hour. Once you exercise your dog physically, then training, it's a mental stimulation. So the exercise and then training. So you're wondering, what the hell is Saro talking about? What is this formula again? What is he talking about? Let me see if I can share so you have a good understanding of what I'm talking about. Basically, this is what I'm talking about. Exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. You have to be able to provide these 5 daily essential needs for your dog. So exercise, proper amount of exercise. Training, you have to also train your dog. So you're saying it's familiar with basic obedience. You have to practice it on daily basis. Make it better and better and better. So exercise is a physical stimulation. Training is mental stimulation. Exercise should be 30% of daily stimulation. Training should be 70% of daily stimulation. Remember that. Exercise, physical activity should be 70% of daily stimulation. 30%, sorry, exercise, forget about what I just said. Exercise should be 30% of your dog's daily physical stimulation. Training should be 70% of your dog's daily mental stimulation. So remember those, okay? So don't focus on a lot of exercise, physical exercise. You want to make sure that you're doing mostly mental exercises, mental stimulation. And then you're preparing your dog for socialization, which is social stimulation. And then you're providing care and then affection. This formula can repeat 3, 4, 5 times a day. So in the morning, you start with this formula. In the afternoon, you start with this, again, do this formula again. And in the evening, you do this formula. That's 3 times a day. So that's what I mean when I talk about socialization, about providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. This is interesting. Morga Sahar is saying, my country is in boycott with sending money Iran. Do you know? Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. So it's in Iran, they don't allow money. Unfortunately, yeah, that's a problem. Yes, that's a problem. So what I would suggest you to do instead, if it's a problem like that, what I like you to do is go to my, why is that happening? Go to my YouTube channel, right? Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the bell icon so you get notified as soon as I post my next video and go live. Try to watch all of my videos. I have a lot of videos in there, right? And the best way to get started is to go to playlist, and select a topic that you want to learn more about. So if you want to learn this is the first step, dog training basics. This should be your first step for free. As long as you can watch videos, you should be okay. So watch these videos. There are 8 videos there. Get started watching on those videos. Learn the basics, and then go and find any topic that you need to learn more and watch those videos. So your option, in this case, should be my videos. Go ahead and watch my YouTube channel and learn more. Cynthia is saying, yes, that helps. Now I understand why my dog still jumps even though I'm training him not to jump way before COVID. Yes. It's something that I think, what happens is humans, as a human being myself also, we don't do things to prevent things to happen. We always wait until things go wrong and then try to solve that problem. We never say, okay, let me learn how to change a car's battery now, but we wait until our car's battery dies, and then we start looking for how to change a car's battery, right? That's a human nature, right? So once you learn it, I think, once you understand it now, once you learn it now, I think you will be able to prevent. First of all, prevention is the key. Second of all, is doing the right thing with the right mindset and right techniques, right? So again, as I said, understanding, okay, what I'm supposed to do, it's very important. I have to, first of all, know what I'm doing, right? So for instance, I know about dogs. I have no idea about, let's say cars. I don't know much about cars, right? And I'm never gonna pretend that I know about cars, right? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to learn about cars. And once I become knowledgeable about cars, then I can say, you know what, I know about cars. So now that I know about dogs, I've learned about dogs. As you can see, I can share information, and I'm that stage that I can share information, right? I can share information because the knowledge that is in here is so much that I need to let it go, let it out. So this is why I do these live shows. This is why I do videos. This is why I do provide free content, because it's just too much in here. I need to let it go. If I don't let it go, it just drives me crazy. So so once you learn what you're supposed to do, then start doing the right thing. Okay, so start doing the right thing and stop your dog from making mistakes. That would be another tip that if you know your dog is one of those dogs who may be jumping on people, for example, prevent it from happening. First of all, keep distance from you and the humans, and teach your dog to sit and stay. So when you're getting to another human being, you can ask your dog to sit and stay instead of jumping. So you're replacing one unwanted behavior with another unwanted behavior, with a wanted behavior. You're replacing an unwanted behavior with wanted behavior. Wonder in the Blanket is saying, thanks, Saro. You are very welcome, and I'm glad you were here today and watched the show. And you're saying also, I watched all of your YouTube in the past. That's great. I mean, I have over 400 videos in my channel. I don't think you've watched all of it, but, go ahead and watch as much as you can. We have a question from Angie. How do I introduce down command? Very good question. Let me show you. Down command is something that you have to, this command is something, first of all, that you can learn on my paid online course. One, because it's a command that you need to understand the basics before you get into teaching a dog to lie down, right? So what I mean by that is you have to have a good sit. 100%, your dog has to sit. As soon as you say sit, the dog sits. Stay, doesn't move a muscle when you say to your dog stay, and doesn't move a muscle. When you're saying come, it comes right away. When you say heal, it heals perfectly. When you say stand, it stands. And then if you have all these in 100% level, then you teach down. If you don't have a good, if you and your dog don't have a good understanding of the command of all these commands, then it's not a good idea to teach down. or you're going to have a hard time to teach down. Your dog has to have a good understanding of the basics before you set your dog to learn the basic command of down. If you want to set up your dog for success, that should be the path. That should be the way. First teach the basics and then move to down command. I have a video on my channel that I do show how to lie down for free, but the paid version is a little bit more in depth, and you also learn better.
Dog lover, my name is Saro. I'm a dog
I'm just
trainer,
going to give you
also coach dog owners. If this is your first time here and you want to become an educated dog lover, make sure to use or Domination that is really favorite of your dog. So in this case, these are her favorite toys, and I'm going to use these to teach her to lie down. So one of the first things that I'm going to do, I'm going to ask her to sit and then stay, and then I'm going to teach her to lie down.
Make sense? So this is, you have to ask your dog has to have a good sit and stay at least, right? Before you can teach the lie down. Let me see. I'm going to share the link of the video in the chat area. So you can go ahead and watch that video and learn how to actually do it. So unfortunately, it says restream. So the chat, in the chat area, it says restream.o. That's me. I don't know why that didn't show my name. Again, bear with me. This is a new streaming program that I'm using. Most of them very good. Watch all of them. Garrett is asking, I recently got a golden pup, but she does not really like affection or pets. Any tips on how to get her to like or get used to it? So just because you recently got this dog, that's one of the reasons the dog is still not trusting you. So the way you can build more trust and more connection, better connection in a way that this dog accepts your affection and pets is by training. Believe it or not, again, training, the basic obedience is the key. When you start working with your dog, the basic obedience, your dog starts, again, going from this to this, right? You're changing the body language, the body posture, the mindset goes from, oh, I don't want to be pet, I don't want to be touched, to, okay, I can solve this problem, right? They learn how to trust, how to build connection with you as well. So start with training basic obedience. Basic obedience is your friend, is your tool that you should have in your toolbox, and that's how you start building that connection with your dog. Training. Now, not any training using play and praise reward system, my training method. By the way, I have a video coming up tomorrow. I'm very excited to share this video with you. Make sure that you watch this video tomorrow, okay? Yes, building confidence, training builds confidence with your dog. So I have a video, it's coming tomorrow. Make sure that you watch this video. This is going to blow your mind, okay? So go to my channel, click on set reminder, and set it to remind you so you can watch this video. I'm going to be premiering this video. I'm going to be live when it goes live. This video goes live. I'm going to be there live as well. If you want to chat with me there as well, I'll be there. So very excited about this. So make sure that you watch this video. So the reason I brought this up is because, again, I want you to train your dog, but not just any training. I want you to train your dog using play and praise reward system, using my dog training method. It's big difference. It makes a big difference when you use my training method. Treat training is not training. Using treats to train your dog is not training. When you use play and praise, in your case, you're saying your dog doesn't like praise, use play. When you use play, it gets your dog more excited about learning. It gets your dog more engaged with you. And that's the key. Once you get your dog to engage with you and connect with you faster using play and praise, whoa, things go in a different way. Things go in a way that you never expected to go. Things change faster. Okay? So that would be my suggestion. We have John Kipola saying hello. Thank you for being here. Your links don't work. I wonder why. The link in the chat line is not working. It should be working. I'm not an expert. Thank you so much. You are the best. Very good information. You are very welcome. And I appreciate you coming live and watching my live show from Iran. Thank you very much. That is a big deal for me. So we have a question from John Kipola. It's asking, how much are your courses? They are in different rates. Let me show you. You can find it in my website, sarodogtraining.com. But let me share the screen so I can explain it a little bit more. So if you just want to teach your dog basic obedience, just the basic commands, this is the basic obedience course, which is a 6-week online basic obedience course. I'm hoping and I'm confident that within 6 weeks you will learn the basic commands. It's $95. Cheap, easy way of starting. If you have a puppy and you want to start training your puppy, not only basic obedience to your puppy, but overall puppy training in general and how to raise your puppy properly, start with Puppy Training 101, and that's 200. These are Canadian dollars, 200. And if you want to get in depth, for example, learn the philosophy, the concept of training dogs without the use of treats or food, and learn how to train your dog using play and praise, and teach your dog the basic obedience, the leash walking, how to train your dog to behave properly. This is the course that you want to select, which is $598 Canadian. These are all in Canadian dollars. And I have a free version too, gives you an understanding of what I mean by using play and praise reward system. This is a free one. You can join anytime and learn how to get started on training your dog using my dog training method. Okay, that's next question. I am trying to learn this before I get my new Beagle puppy, possibly after August. So if you're getting a Beagle puppy, yeah, definitely join my Puppy Training 101 now, before you get the puppy. That gives you all the things that you need to know before you bring your puppy. It prepares you for your puppy, and then once you bring your puppy, you go through everything that you have learned. Now you're confident in sure what you're supposed to do. Once your puppy comes home, you know exactly what to do, and you get started on training and working with your puppy. So that is something that I highly suggest. Don't wait until you get your puppy and then register. Start now. You register, the course is yours forever, right? There's no time limit. It's all yours. once you register. You can learn now, and once your puppy is there, it comes to, you can go back and rewatch and relearn and go through all the concept of puppy training in overall. Jared is saying thank you so much. You're very welcome. Maybe I'm scrolling over it too fast. Yeah. Structure. As George is saying, structure. I think this is because I was looking for a word when I was talking about dog daycare and dogs. If the daycare has no structure, yes. If the daycare doesn't have a structure, there's no rules and boundaries, that's not a good environment to send your dog. You want to make sure that the environment that you're taking your dog, if you're investing time and money for your dog to send them to doggy daycare or to take them to dog park, make sure the environment is ideal. It's just because. Now I want to give you an inside information as well. I think I said okay, Jared. Sorry about the Jared. Here's an inside tip. Comes from a doggy daycare owner. Most dog daycares, the front area, the front store, they will make it look so good, right? They make it entice the human to want to be there, thinking the back of the house, back of the daycare is the same. But believe it or not, I have a doggy daycare, and I've gone to doggy daycares as well myself, because sometimes I need myself dog daycare for my own dogs. And I've gone behind and I've asked them, can you show me the back? If they say, no, we can't show you the back, there's something cheesy about that, right? There's something funny about it. Make sure that they show you the environment, right? The way I show my environment to my clients is I have a TV in front and I have a few cameras in the back. They can see exactly what's going on back there, right? It shows the whole environment. So that's the environment that they can see. Also, make sure that the environment that the doggy daycare that you're sending your dog, right, is not noisy. It's not smelly as well. Make sure that it's clean. It's not noisy. The dogs are not barking on the back. Make sure, the other thing that I would recommend, also tip I have, is make sure the doggy daycare has a routine. So for example, we have a routine. Dogs start coming to our daycare at 7. At 10 o'clock, we start walking them. At 12, between 12 and 2, we close the doggy daycare so dogs can have their lunch and nap. At 2 o'clock, we take them for a walk. After 3, they're ready to be picked up. So we have a structure and we stick to that. So the dogs get used to that routine. And also what happens is, people, they don't just come and go whenever, because that disturbs the routine, right? There's structure, right? And we want to create that that environment that is calm and relaxing for the dogs to enjoy and benefit from this environment. So we are very very particular about the dogs, first of all, that we select, and the humans, right? The owner, if it comes and says, I just want to drop off my dog right now and I leave, no, we have to evaluate your dog. We have to interview your dog. We have to figure out if your dog is suitable for our environment or not. I don't just take dogs here and there. I take dogs that are suitable for environment or my environment, and they're helpful and playful, and they don't have behavioral issues. They're not stressed. They're not anxious. If they're relaxed, they are welcome. If they're anxious, this is not the environment for them. I can help, but this is not the environment, right? So consider all those tips before sending your dog to daycare. Let me see this question. Starship, and I will be closing on a house with a nice yard for the pup, and will be fencing it in. Nope, doing my education in the advance. Okay. The other thing that I always suggest to people is fenced yard is good to have. It's good environment to have, but don't rely on fenced yard. You still have to stick to provide your puppies or your dog's daily 5 essential needs, which is exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. And exercise means going out of the fenced yard, going out of the house, and exposing your dog to all the stimuli out there, sounds and smells and people and dogs and everything, right? If you just rely on your fenced yard, you're having a fish in a fish tank. It's not healthy, right? You have to put the raincoat on, put the jacket on, put the boots on, and take your dog for a walk. Off topic, Natalia is asking, off topic, what are your thoughts on flea tick medication? My thoughts are, I always suggest to use a product that I've been using all the time, actually. It's called diatomaceous earth. What? Let me see if I can. I have a video actually about it. It's the diatomaceous earth is yes, natural product. And I have done a video about it. I'm going to share the link with you so you can go ahead and watch it. Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat area. Fleas. I'm going to call it fleas. And voila, there it is. That video will give you information about the product that I use and why am I using, because it's natural. It does the work. It's not only takes care of fleas and ticks, but it has health benefits as well. Cynthia is asking, Saro, before you, I did a lot of treat training. He knows sit, stay, calm command. Is it too late to start play, praise training? Will it put him in shock? No, actually it will relieve your dog. Let me tell you, this is a great question. I just need to expand on that a little bit more. When you use treats to train a dog, you're actually stressing that dog. You're causing anxiety, because food is very important for dogs and any living creature. It's very important, right? And when you interact with a dog with food, you're encouraging them to be more foodie. You're encouraging them to be more focused on the food. You're exposing them to more food. And imagine, I love, for example, I love pizza, right? Imagine 24/7, there was a pizza involved in my life, right? Wherever I went and whatever I did, there was a pizza, right? It will drive me crazy. I will be salivating all the time. I will be thinking about pizza. I will be sleeping and dreaming about pizza. I will be wanting to eat pizza all the time. It drives me crazy, even though I love pizza, right? But life is not the same when there is a pizza 24/7 involved, right? So when you remove treats, you're actually distressing your dog, because now I can say, oh, when there's no more pizza anymore and there's only pizza at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock only, then I can relax. I can focus on life. I can make friends. I can think about what to do next. I can focus on things that are important, right? And only focus on pizza at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, right? So actually it distresses your dog when you remove treats or food from your training vocabulary. And it will, yes, of course it's going to shock your dog, because your dog going to say, what the hell, where are the treats, where are the food? But if you start using play and praise, your dog is going to say, yes, now we're having fun, now I'm having a good time, now I can actually learn, because play and praise are natural forms of interacting with environment, with life. Dogs are born naturally with play and praise capabilities and feelings and emotions, so they can actually interact much healthier with life using play and praise instead of food. As I said, food is important, but it's not. Dogs don't live for food, for eating. They eat to live. They don't live to eat. Just like humans, we don't live to eat. We eat to live. You know, there's a big difference, right? And when you include play and praise, just imagine yourself. Just imagine yourself. If I include food all day long, you're gonna get sick and tired of it. It's good, but you're gonna get sick and tired of it. But if I say, let's go have fun, let's go do this, let's go do that, you're gonna say, wow, this life is so wonderful. I'm playing, I'm having a good time, I'm having fun, and meanwhile, I'm learning something. The problem with treat training is that it limits you, it limits your dog, it stresses your dog, and definitely, Cynthia, watch my video tomorrow. I highly suggest you to watch my video tomorrow that I'm releasing. I'm so excited about this video. I can't control myself. I wish I could release it today, but I'm releasing it tomorrow. But it's a good point for you to make, for you to watch and learn and understand exactly what I mean. Good question. I could talk about that topic forever. The goal of the channel is actually to teach you how to train your dog without the use of treats or food. Sorry, doctor, I lost my last beagle in the divorce. I know she will be well taken care of by my ex-wife. Of course, you know, I'm sorry about that too. You know, it's tough. It's tough to go through divorce and separation, and especially separating from wife and the beagle. That's a double whammy, right? It's double knife to the heart. I understand. It's just tough, right? I bet you miss your beagle more than you miss your wife. Let me know. In Florida, there are alligators. In New Jersey, we had bears. Wow, it's a jungle out there. I know. It's something that, you know, in this part of the world, we deal with bears and coyotes and some wild animals, you know, in the West Coast. So yeah, I always make sure that I'm hiking in a safe environment, but I'm always aware of what's going on, right? And if it's a season that I think that there are lots of wild animals and things like that, I'm very careful. All right. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this live session, and make sure to watch my new video tomorrow, because it will blow your mind. And I hope you enjoyed this live session. I will be back Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you still want to join me live. If you want to become an educated dog lover and have a healthy and happy, well-behaved dog, and train your dog using play and praise reward system without the use of treats or food or aversive tools like shock collars, prong collars, choke chain collars, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video. Until next time, have